Alright, here we all are. Welcome back to another video. This is where I'm going to explain to you why this is the perfect time and see what else comes through me at the moment. It's a beautiful day out here outside, as you can see in the footage before you. And just thank you for being here again with me. I'm so excited to go on this journey with all of you. And there's a lot to get into here. But I want to start by just saying this is a great moment for not only myself, but for many of us to come into alignment for really the first time in our lives, like where we can really feel like we're truly expressing ourselves. As I said in the last video, I took that time off because I felt like I was putting the cart before the horse and I had a lot of inner work that I still needed to do. And it doesn't mean that we need to be absolutely perfect before we decide to jump into an endeavor, but one such as the one that I'm wanting to jump into with filming these videos and sharing with you insights and perspectives that work for me and that may have worked for others, and to help you with whatever you may be going through, and to also validate your feelings and let you know that you're not alone in what you're going through. I felt like I needed to heal myself to the point where I felt like, yeah, I'm not perfect. I'm not all the way there yet. I never will be all the way there. None of us will be. There will always be more food to eat, more bites to chew, whatever, I don't know. But there's lots to improve on as we go throughout our life. And the reason this is the perfect time to be coming online for me, because I've done a lot of that healing. And I lived in a time and a mindset. I was in New York City for about 7 years. And I was so caught up in the rat race and proving myself and people pleasing and always putting others before myself and not knowing how to fully express myself out of fear of what people will think of me and what the casting directors or agents or people that I'm trying to impress in order to get jobs, what they're going to think of me. And that time taught me a whole lot about who I really am and how I want to express myself to the world, and how it's okay not to people please, and how it's okay to truly express yourself, even at the expense of being a little bit weird, a little bit out there, a little bit cringy at times. You have to express yourself, and when you're on the way to expressing yourself, there's gonna be kind of those cringy moments where it's like, is this really me, or is this like who I think I am, or is this who I think I should be still bleeding through? It's really a whole process. And it's one not to be rushed, and it's one to be gentle with yourself on and through, because there were times, especially in that New York time, I was so hard on myself and I was so angry with myself, why I wasn't accomplishing what I wanted to accomplish, why I didn't feel like I was being the full expression of what I could be. Even though in that time, I will say, is probably the most expressive that I was, and I found a lot of myself in that New York experience. It was something completely outside of my realm of reality. I grew up in a small town of less than 5,000 people, a small Colorado mountain town, and I made the big jump to Manhattan, and I lived in Manhattan for the full 7 years that I was there. And so I was able to start fresh. There was nobody who knew me previously, which was awesome. There was nobody at all that I knew there that could have a preconceived notion of who I am. If you live in a small town, you'll understand how people can put you in a box so quickly, and they get used to who you are and who they think you are, and any little step outside of what they think or what they've depicted, or and any little step outside of that box that they feel like they've put you in that describes who they think you are, they'll notice it, and they'll say something to you a lot of the time, like, oh, you're acting different, or they might react to you if you're an empath and you pick up on body language really clearly. You might be picking up on the fact that they're taking you in a little bit, and it's different than what they're used to. Anyways, all those problems were gone when I went to New York. I was able to fully just go for it and be who I want to be, and be the silly, goofy weirdo that I really am. And if people judge me for it, it is what it is. But I found the best friends of my life in New York, and that's no coincidence, because I was truly being myself and expressing myself, and it felt awesome. So all that's to say is, and I feel like that's what the theme of this video is, as this is coming to me. We're in a time of expression, man, and we have to find a way to express ourselves fully without the fear of what people are going to think of us and how they're going to judge us and how the people of our past will look at us because they have, like I said, those preconceived notion of who they think we are. And when we step outside of that and they comment on it, or they notice it, or they act differently towards you, or maybe they resent you for it, or maybe they back off from you, and you're taking all of that information in and you're thinking, what's wrong with me? What am I doing wrong? Am I not doing the right thing by expressing this part of myself that feels like has been bottled down? So many thoughts, and we all go through them. But man, these are, I used to always say in New York to all my friends, because we were making all these new moments and new memories, and I was doing things that I never thought I would do in my entire life. And I would always say, these are the times. That was kind of my little phrase that everyone knew me for. And because I'd always say it, these are the times, man. These are the times, you know, whatever we're doing, it's something new, it's something fresh. We're going through something crazy. Like, these are the times, and I would always say that in those moments. And this time is no different, and these are the motherfucking times right now, because there's never been an energy or in the planet that is more ready to receive who we really are than right now. The world is waiting for you to wake up. The world is waiting for you to express yourself as fully as possible, because every single one of us has a gift here on this planet, every single one of us. And it's so different and it's so niche, and some people will think your gift is weird, and some people will think it's awesome, and that's just the way that it is. But again, we're not meant to please everybody. How boring would life be if we were looking to please everybody and everybody got along perfectly and it was just a little fairyland? No, there would be no challenges. There would be no growth or self-development. But I understand that it is a scary place to be sometimes, especially when we're beginning to express ourselves fully for what feels like the very first time. But we have to do it, because the energy that we put out in the world is what we attract. And if we are putting out an energy that feels closed off or like we're playing small, then that's what's going to be reflected back to us. And I tell you, I have felt like I have had to play small for a long time. Even in New York, even though I was probably the most expressive and the most myself that I've ever been when I was in New York. I now live back in home state of Colorado, and there's people who know me and think certain things of me. And it's been a real challenge to express that old New York self again, and express the new self since New York and who I really am now, because it's so in your face, especially in a small town where people know you. And what I mean by in your face is just people's reactions to the new you. But what I keep telling myself right now is, like, those initial reactions are so temporary. If we could just get through that beginning part of awkwardness that it feels when we're being a new version of ourselves, the awkwardness that it feels when we're being that new version of ourselves in front of people who have known us and might reject us for this new, real version that we are and are continuing to become. If we can get past that initial awkwardness, man, they're gonna get used to it. They're either gonna get used to it and accept you for it, and just realize, hey, like, this person, hey, Jennifer, hey, Maxwell has gone through a change. He's acting a little bit different, and, you know, they can either decide for themselves whether they want to continue hanging out with you or not. And the worst case scenario is they don't want to. And the thing is, we're going to be so much better off not being connected to those people who don't feel like they're connected to us. And that's nothing on them, but it's just each of our journeys are separate. But we can't put ourselves in a tiny little box
Where we feel like we're just, like, peeking out the box for a little bit, and then we gotta go back down, and then we gotta peek back out, but like Jack in the Box, man. It's just like up, down, up, down, up, down. And you always, like, express yourself, hide yourself, express yourself, hide yourself.
We can't do that anymore. We've done that for a long time, and I'm speaking for myself, but for the masses as well. A lot of us has gone through that. We've given a shot for a little bit. We've tried different things. We tried to do the thing that we actually love and are passionate about. We've tried to express those things, those parts of us, those little parts of us that people probably judged us for or bullied us for or made fun of us for when we were growing up in elementary school, preschool, junior high, high school, all those, grade schools that we've gone through, and all the trauma that so everyone went through some kind of trauma at that time. We're all reliving that in our minds, and that's why we just peek out the box for a little bit and then we go back down. Like, I was like, I gotta get breath of air, and then I go back down to this tight, suffocating version of myself that feels like I can't express myself. And then every once in a while I'll come up for some air, and then I breathe for a little bit and it feels really, really good, and breathing for a little bit means I'm expressing myself, and then I go back down and I hold my breath and I feel suffocated for a while. But it's time to get out of that box, man. It is time. Like, hear what I'm telling you, man, woman. I just say those things. It doesn't mean anything, but listen to what I'm telling you and listen to how important that is. The camera turned off all of a sudden. That scared the crap out of me because I was on a roll and I thought that was all not recorded, but it was, thank God. Dang, I was just on such a freaking, it's all good. It's still here. So, getting out of that box, expressing ourselves fully, if we could just do that consistently enough, I mean, it will change our lives. We will get into that downstream flow. That's what I was saying. Get into that downstream flow where we're not feeling like we're paddling upstream all the time. We're just letting the stream take us. And that naturally happens when we allow ourselves to be ourselves unconditionally without judging ourselves and worrying about the judgments of others. They don't matter. It doesn't matter at all. What other people think of us has literally zero impact on our realities unless we start to take in that energy and then play small, and then it will affect us because we're behaving differently based off of what we think other people are thinking or what they are thinking or what they're saying. And we can't do that anymore. We can't do that anymore. We have to express ourselves. And when we do that, everything starts coming to us. Everything that our energy is, because we all have that unique core frequency, that unique energy that is us and makes us all unique in these bodies as a part of God, as a part of the universe. Expressing that consistently and not faking something, but actually being something different than what you've been, that truly feels authentic and feels good and uplifting and gives you energy when you express yourself, either just your personality or through a creative process or through whatever work you do or through whatever way you want to create and express yourself in the world. Everything starts coming to us that we need. It just naturally attracts ourselves. We don't have to do all these manifesting exercises, which are great, and I actually love them, and I'm a big Neville Goddard guy, and I'll be going over that in videos to come as well, so stay tuned for that. But we don't need to, like, oh, I gotta, do these manifestation techniques, and I gotta do it perfect, and then things will start coming to me. We can avoid all the steps because they're just tools, those manifestation processes, and there are lots of them, and it can get overwhelming, and I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna give you options as time goes on. But we don't need any of those if we actually allow ourselves to express ourselves fully, because it'll all naturally come to us because we're going with the downstream flow of the universe, going with the downstream flow of our own unique energies, which is the way we're meant to live. And so I just hope that resonates with you. I hope that touches you in some way. I hope that if you've been lingering on a new project you're wanting to take on, a new creative expression you're wanting to take on, a new passion, a new job, a new way of exemplifying your personality or your leadership skills or whatever it might be, if you've been on the cusp of that and you feel like you're just dipping your toes in and not fully going for it, let this be your permission slip to start going for it with me. And I'm going to be an example of this for you guys. I'm not just talking the talk like I was before when I started this channel briefly, and which is why I took the break to heal myself. I'm not just going to talk the talk. I'm going to walk the walk too, and I'm going to take you guys on that walk with me. I'm going to tell you guys what I've been doing, what the results have been like, what's working, what's challenging, what's not working. I'm going to share all of it with you guys because we're all humans and we all have similar forms of, wow, there's elk down there. Yep, elk hanging out with the cows. I see it right now. Oh my gosh, it's awesome. Elk are amazing creatures. Holy smokes. Okay, it's just a couple of them. Anyways, man, if you guys are new to the channel, which you're gonna be because these are the beginning times, it would help me so much if you just hit that subscribe button real quick, just real quick. It's gonna help me so much in these beginning times as I get this channel off the ground and get it out to the masses. Your subscription right now is gonna help so much. And then if you like the video and you made it through the whole video, just hit that thumbs up. That helps the algorithm in many, many different ways. And then hit that notification bell that's right next to the subscribe button so you don't miss any upcoming videos. I'm gonna be uploading at least twice a week for you guys, maybe more. And then there's gonna be live streams to come as well so that I can express this to you live, and maybe you can share your stories with me on there and I can respond to it. Or if you have questions you wanna ask, I can respond to that. I'm really excited for that. That's gonna be awesome. So do that for me really quick, and thank you so much. Don't be afraid to fucking express yourselves, man. The world is waiting literally for you, for your fucking voice. You listening right now, the individual that's watching this video, right the hell, right now, it's waiting for you. It's waiting for your voice. Don't hold back anymore. Don't worry about what other people think. It doesn't have anything to do with you anyways. It's only them projecting their own insecurities and their own pain and their own traumas and trying to make you look bad or put you down to make themselves look better and make themselves be lifted up. But that works in a completely opposite way that they do not want to happen, which is the ironic thing. But don't let those people, don't let your past hold you back. Don't let people of your past hold you back. Don't let yourself hold you back. There is a world out there waiting for you. And I'm telling you, you start expressing yourself fully and authentically, you're going to be in that downstream flow. You're going to be fucking chilling on the tube going down the river. And then as you get used to it and you get better at it, you'll pick up the paddle and you'll start paddling downstream. And then you'll really start feeling the momentum of what the universe naturally does by law, by actual physics, what it does for you when you actually authentically express yourself and your passion. Unconditionally, meaning you don't care what other people think. You're not worried about their opinions. You're not worried about what your parents think, what your auntie thinks, what your high school friends think of you, what anybody from your past or present thinks of you. Because once you do that, you're going to be attracting so many new friends, so many new experiences, so many blessings, so much grace in your life that you're going to be absolutely amazed. So come along on this journey with me, because everything that I just told you to do or offered you that you can do, not told you to do, but offered you the possibility of doing for yourself, I'm going to be doing. And I'm going to be telling you guys how it's going along the whole journey. I have so much content, so much that I want to say and express, and I can't fucking wait to do it. And just thank you for being along for the ride. Again, just hit that subscribe button real quick. That subscribe button really quick. And thank you guys so much. We'll see you in the next video. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss it. All right. Peace out, guys. Thank you very much.